Hey, what's up, everybody? My name is Michael, aka Rickshaw, and welcome to Worship and Tribute Nerd. Today, we've got another episode of Versus for Halloween. Halloween is one of our favorite months over here in the Scary Movie Club because we generally just fall asleep to scary movies anyways and have nightmares all through the night. It's what gets us going every day.
Yep.
But anyways, with me today is...
Richard, a.k.a. Rabbit.
Mikey, a.k.a. Mikey. I'm back, bitches.
If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button. Yeah, that's one thing we always forget to say. Yeah. That's why it'll be like 100 views today by complete strangers, but no one subscribed because you forgot to tell them.
Yeah, give us a like.
But anyways, today we're doing an Asian horror catfight. We have The Ring versus The Grudge. Would anyone like to start with an explanation of what these things are?
Oh.
I'll go.
Okay, here you go.
Okay, I'm going to start with The Grudge because The Grudge is the better one, in my opinion, just as a franchise. Even though they both kind of came...
Wrong.
They came in on their own and just kind of like, I don't know. To me, they were like both powerhouses of the fucking that style of horror movie. But anyways, The Grudge is about a house that you go to and it's like cursed by the ghost of this lady and her son. And you come to find out that anyone who goes there usually ends up dying by the hands of the Grudge. And you come to find out that the lady was beaten and strangled to death by her husband, and then the child was drowned by him. So,
in the tub along with the cat.
Yeah, so that's that the Grudge is like this evil ass spirit just taking it out on everybody. The fact that she
evil
was
the right word? I would say angry.
Angry.
Yes. Vengeful is a good
that
word.
That bitch is pissed.
Right.
She said, fuck everybody after that.
Because her husband found out she was obsessed with some white dude.
Oh, yeah.
Or some guy. I don't know.
Damn white boys.
And that he went crazy and just killed him.
Yes. So that is it's an age-old story. It's an age-old story. You know?
Creepily obsessed with him.
A tale as old as time.
Old as time.
Hey, if we could get a Disney princess.
Oh, man. Saw just the images of a Disney animated The Grudge.
Yeah.
Was like super dope in my brain just now.
Yeah.
Like the
dun 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 dun. Dun.
Yeah. When Disney
so
was
awesome.
kind of dark, they had that like kind of dark weird phase.
Yeah.
Like with I'm thinking like Notre Dame.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Like that
Right.
that kind of that era.
Right. Even though it wasn't.
And Sleeping Beauty is
super
pretty
dark.
Sleeping Beauty is pretty fucking scary
That
too.
is pretty
and dark.
Yeah.
But anyways,
off
topic.
Yeah. So that's The Grudge. The Ring. Go.
The Ring was essentially the same thing, but the little girl was killed by her mother, who went crazy because there was all this bad shit happening around her, and the mother was blaming it on the little girl. Like all their they raised horses, and all their horses died. They jumped into the ocean and killed themselves, drowned. And so what the mother did is she pushed her into a well and left her there to die. And that turns her into the ghost.
Yeah. So then in the well where she drowned, they eventually built like a cot underneath it, and and like a bunch of college kids went there, and they were like trying to record a football game or something. onto video.
They're trying to record the game, and
and then they ended up recording the curse. So then
it's on a tape.
Yeah, so if you watch the video and you make it all the way through, then she'll call you and be like, "You're fucking dead in 7 days, bitch." Yeah. Or some shit like that.
I think she just says 7 days. Man.
Okay.
You stupid fuck.
7 days.
Okay.
God damn it.
In the Asian version, I think it's like 2 days or something like that. So they got a shorter time limit.
Up. Yeah.
Is the storyline fairly similar? Like as far as like what Samara is? Because I only know the American version.
It's all based on Japanese folklore, on Ryu, I think it's called. It's like a vengeance ghost, basically. Right. So if somebody dies in a horrific manner, their ghost will haunt that place and kill people, apparently. just because they're vengeful.
Well, fuck, it seems like with both movies, it's not even that place. It's just like...
Yeah. Well, the Grudge is the house.
Specific place, yeah.
Well, yeah, but she leaves the house.
She does. She does leave the house.
That's true. She does leave the house.
Yeah, like a lot.
Yeah.
She Ubers.
But I think anybody who comes in contact with the house specifically,
Kind of like with the
ends up
tape.
getting
Anybody who
murdered.
sees the tape.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So I watched, we always start with the first one. We're going to go with American versions.
Yeah.
In our verses. So I watched The Ring Part 1 and The Grudge, and I both
Same.
And to me they both still stand up pretty good. Like, but the thing, and one of the things with The Grudge is though, like it's the same dude who directed. The same guy directed, his name is Takashi Shimizu, and he directed the first Grudge, Ju-on.
Yeah, he did the original.
He did the original Asian version. He did part 2 of the Asian version. Then he did the American version and this sequel to the American version. So he directed like most of the ones we think of when we think of it, So.
I mean, there's so many other like offshoots and sequels, but like the main ones are like The Ring and The Grudge. Like,
I didn't even know. I was looking at the back of the box for some reason, and I was like, oh shit! I was like, it's the same dude that wrote and directed the original Japanese version, directed this version. I was like, that's pretty sick.
Yeah. And also this year, 2020, sorry, they are putting out a remake of The Grudge, a white version.
A white,
like white version, yeah, instead of like a white chick in Japan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. I think that's what it seems like to me. But anyways, I will say this, like in The Ring, we kind of have a mystery to solve the way the plot plays out. Because, the girl in the beginning, she ends up watching it. She gets, killed by the ring. And then her relation, her aunt or something like that.
Aunt.
That's the main character. So she, she's investigating the murder. She finds out that there's the tape and there's the curse. And then she finds out more and more as the story goes. And then you finally get to the end. And so there's a little more story in The Ring.
Yeah, for
sure. But The Grudge is just so much more just evil. Just fucking straight up. You in my house? You dead. You're like, yo, wait, don't go in that house. The bitch that lives there is pissed. Oh, fuck you.
Yeah, that's pretty much exactly what I was going to say.
Right.
Like, The Ring has a better storyline, but The Grudge is better as a horror movie.
Right.
No, see, I think The Ring is the better of the two.
You do?
Like, by far, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Because The Ring, to me, the tension builds with that movie really, really good.
Okay.
And it's just the way the cinematography in that movie and it's just so fucking good.
Yeah. And they have a really they actually have a cool twist ending.
Yeah.
That you don't really get.
And holy balls, that fucking video.
See,
it's scary as shit.
That's one thing I remembered that video being a lot scarier when I was younger, I guess. Now that I'm older, I saw it.
36-year-old man.
Like when she shows up to the guy, he's like, yeah, it's a student film. That's kind of how I felt when I watched it as an adult.
Right.
Like, yeah, it was kind of not that scary.
Just the visuals in it are really awesome. Like, I don't know.
Some of them are. Some of them are really creepy.
It's the noise that plays too.
Yeah.
Like
the weird transition from it's like the maggots.
And then it's the people.
And then the people is so fucking awesome.
And then the water. Man. There's water.
The blood water.
The blood water.
Yeah. And I really like how they, throughout the rest of the movie, they show those images in her,
especially
in her
ring,
real life.
The ring will just flash in transitions and stuff.
Like, I'm trying to think of when the horse jumps off the boat.
Oh, dude,
and then
that
it gets
fucking
hit by the
scene
propeller,
is so
and then you
fucking
see
brutal.
the red water,
which
is in the video. The ladder is in there a few times.
That scene with the horse,
that chair that the girl sits in, is the chair that spins around.
It's upstairs in the barn, right?
Yeah, but it's also the chair. It's also when she's in her interrogation,
right?
When she's in the mental.
Yeah,
she just has the single chair in the middle of the room, but that's also where she sat and watched TV. Is just in that one chair.
But we talk about that.
That was
horse
really
scene
cool.
For a minute.
That was really
Like,
interesting.
The horse scene.
remember it being a lot quicker when I watched it this time, and like the way they show, like they keep cutting back to the horse, like bouncing off the fucking boat and shit. I'm like,
Yeah, it was brutal.
bro, this is fucking brutal.
It was
Way more
brutal.
brutal than I remember.
I even fell asleep to The Ring the other night, and then that part was the part that woke me up. Was the
Yeah.
horse being like,
Yeah,
I was like, no, Jesus.
Me and the wife were watching The Grudge before I came over here, and the way people die in both movies, it's like it's never really like really explained. It's just like they die of fright. They are
yeah.
scared literally to death.
yeah, especially in The Ring. It's
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
She scares. That's what she
Binds
does.
them.
She scares them to
They're
death, and their heart stops, and then like they're all.
Yeah,
But in
then
The
they look
Grudge,
like-
The Grudge, you get a couple of good kills.
See,
Yeah.
okay, so like,
Like-
I will say what you're saying is true. Okay, The Ring is probably a better movie with cinematography, with the way they play things out, with the tension and everything. But The Grudge, like, I feel like The Ring was kind of like it didn't keep a lot of Japanese horror elements. It tried to like Americanize
it,
some of
yeah.
it. But then with The Grudge, we literally got the same Asian director, so it still kept that.
It's still
Oh,
it's like
yeah.
it's like an
100%, like-
Asian horror movie
Right.
Yeah.
with American actors in
Right.
it.
And then also with The
So,
Grudge.
so that we white people can be like, oh yeah, I know that bitch.
yeah. Oh, she's
Buffy,
familiar.
she's Buffy, right?
yeah.
I know her.
Yeah, she was in Buffy the Vampire Slayer. But anyways,
And Ted Raimi. was in
another
it?
thing though, like that. But the thing is about The Grudge that really fucking was scared the shit out of me is it broke the oldest rule about staying safe in a horror movie or in real life. You pull the covers over your head
Oh,
Yep.
and you're
Yeah.
safe.
no,
Yep.
no.
And guess
Yep, yep,
what?
yep.
No, she
The
fucking
Grudge.
That is one of my
fucked that
favorite
up.
parts.
Yeah.
She went right
She
under
comes-
them covers.
She fucking looks down the covers and sees the fucking Grudge just on her fucking chest.
Yeah.
Like, holy shit.
Part is super dope.
Yeah. So after that, I was like,
The Grudge just kept me on edge, and I was actually creeped out longer
yeah.
during The Grudge than I was during The Ring.
Some of the movements and stuff.
Yeah.
Like
But that being said, The Ring, like at the end, when she's like,
when she's helping her, when she helps Samara or whatever.
after that, after she comes out of the TV at
Oh,
the
yeah.
end, and then she's creeping along, and all of a sudden she's like 10 feet,
Yeah.
like right in front of his face.
Yeah.
Like that editing style, which they still use, I guess, in the older ones.
Yeah.
It still holds up, and it was scary as fuck.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I always thought it was scary that they just started with like the water, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like coming out of the TV and shit. So, yeah. I just think that the two, even though they're both Asian horror, they both have their own perks, even though they're so similar. You know what I mean? Like they both have. It's like if everyone still loved GoBots and Transformers at the same time, instead of one dying off horribly and miserably. So, because GoBots was cool for a minute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're not gonna go on a GoBots rant or anything. Not yet.
Not yet.
This is a nerd channel, so
another-
there's a chance
that's
it
another
might go
video.
there at some point.
Yeah.
Right.
I got one nerdier than that, I think.
What's that?
Power Rangers or Beetleborgs.
Oh, right.
You know what I'm
Obviously, Power Rangers.
Oh, obviously,
Outlast.
yeah. By far. I'm just saying.
As characters, who wins?
Oh, well, when we're doing the verses, we've put a bunch of people against each other that don't have verses against each other, except for this one. There is a Japanese version called
Virgin?
what?
Virgin.
Japanese version called
Sadako versus Kayako.
right, and that is The Grudge versus The Ring. So it's on Shudder. Check it out. It was pretty awesome. I'm the only one that watched it, right?
Yeah, I didn't get around to it yet.
Okay.
I
I
mean,
mean, we saw the ending.
yeah, we watched the ending together, and it looked
I
pretty
haven't
dope.
seen the full.
So this one, there's like a teacher. It starts off with a teacher on this campus talking about urban legends, and he's like explaining. He's like, "Oh, like I know about this one. We've heard about that one. Like he's bringing up all of them." And of course, there's like the murder house, which is The Grudge. He brings that up, and then he talks about the videotape. Like the cursed videotape. You watch it, and then 2 days later, you're dead. So anyways, so these girls are like she's trying to dub her parents' wedding, like from VHS to DVD. She's doing it for them. So they're like, let's go pick up a VCR so we could dub this for your parents. And they pick up this VCR. What do you know? There's a tape in it.
Oh. Wait, do they live in the Grudge, the house? The Grudge house?
No, they live in the area where these things are apparently urban legends, whatever. So one of them watches the tape, realizes it's the cursed tape, and then she's like, oh shit, I just watched the fucking cursed tape. Right? So they go to the professor. The professor's like, well, fuck, this is it, and he's like obsessed with it, because he's been looking for the tape.
Yeah.
So anyways, they all realize that they watched the cursed tape and they're haunted. In the meantime, this other girl in the story moves into a house, and like across the street is the murder house where the Grudge happens. So then she starts like hearing weird noises and then having nightmares about the house. So eventually what happens is like, they can't remove this curse. They end up talking to everyone. They talk to these like mediums or whatever. They ended up getting hooked up with this medium that's like knows about the Grudge, knows about the ring or whatever.
Yeah.
And he's like, I don't think we could do anything to remove this curse, but we could try one thing. And so then they're like, well, what do you mean? And they fucking take the tape to the Grudge house. And they're like, maybe these two curses will cancel each other out, So that's what happens. And
that's pretty much how I see it, saw it going down.
Right. I mean, like, apparently this was like a big April Fool's joke in Asia, and everyone was like, yes.
Yeah,
that's what I want to see.
Yeah, it started as April Fool's prank, and they did a lot of PR, like, with the ghosts, like doing day-to-day activities.
Yeah, they did like a baseball game where the Grudge and the ring showed up, and like it was like the Grudge threw the first pitch to the ring or something.
Yeah. Which I thought was cool. And then they made a movie about it, which is awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty awesome. But, in the movie, they pretty much just keep destroying each other because they're both really badass. And then they eventually combine into one. And that's how the movie ends.
They combine into one super ghost.
Yes. So
and then the whole world is dead at that point. They're just going to fuck everybody up.
So, I mean, that's how I saw it going down, honestly. I definitely watched... When I started the movie, I was like, how are they going to bring them together? And then I was like, obviously, no one's going to be a complete winner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh, they never can be.
Yeah. But having them like... Dragon Ball Z into each other. Yeah, sounds pretty badass.
It was pretty badass, to be honest.
Okay. Judging from the first two movies, okay. Kayako, which is the Grudge, goes from the Grudge, is, in my opinion, way more brutal than Sadako from The Ring.
Right.
Like, she literally does just scare people to death, which is frightening. But Kayako, she like rips that girl's jaw off of her face. Remember that? And she's got her like tongue hanging out.
Yep.
And she like actually murders people.
Yeah, that's
like,
true.
Brutally. And that's the only difference really I can see between the two, is I think that Kayako would just tear her apart.
Right. Yeah.
That's all I could get from that. That's all.
Yeah, because
that's the only thing I could come up with.
Chick would just be like,
yeah, because they're both, like you said, they're both super powerful and they're both, unkillable.
Right.
But that's like the one up I think she has.
Mikey, what's your opinion?
Well, since I've never seen the Asian version or Japanese version, I'm sorry. I feel like, because from that little bit we watched of the Versus movie, it seems like she uses Sadako, I guess, or as I know her, Samara.
From the white version.
Yeah. Uses her hair a lot more.
Oh, yeah.
It's like her hair's a weapon. She's like Sindel.
Yeah.
From Mortal Kombat.
So earlier in that movie, one of the girls that watched the tape, she's like working at the store where they found the tape or whatever, and she goes, it was pretty funny because she's like, oh yeah, she's like, oh yeah, I found the tape. I watched The Ring. You know, like I guess I'm cursed now. And they were like, oh yeah, really? When did you watch that? And she's like, oh, like 2 days ago. Probably right about now. 2 days ago. And they were like, okay. And she goes, yeah, guess I'm gonna die. And then she like disappears from it, and they're like, where'd she go? And then they see her like crawl up this thing and just fucking jump off and die, smash her face. And I was
brutal.
like, she called it. There's another chick though that watched the tape, and then like whenever the ring came to her and then finally disappeared, they like were like, no, and they like went up and they like moved her head to see what her face looked like, and there was just hair hanging out of her mouth, like just like I was like, ew.
Do they do like the scary face thing, or was that only in like the white?
They do, but not as
version.
intense, not as like nasty and gray and weird. They're usually just like they usually just got Pennywise face, you know, like his eyes all like cockeyed and
wackadoo.
Shit. Yeah, wackadoo. Wackadoo. It's a good explanation for that.
Oh, also, the Grudge girl, she like possesses other people's bodies. There's some weird.
Well,
I don't know if it's possession or she just like makes herself look like other people, dead people that she's killed.
I don't know,
because she does that a few times in the original Grudge, the first Grudge.
Right. I don't remember that.
So that she could use that as a power against.
Also, in the ring,
and she's got her son that helps her kill people.
In the Ring 2, that ghost like pretty much possessed the kid in that one. So
or was trying to, at least.
Right.
That's like what she's doing.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
So they both
Not your
have
fucking mommy.
So they both have that ability, I guess.
Yeah.
If they choose to use it.
Yeah, because I guess in the American version of The Grudge, there is that scene before she snatches homegirl through her bed when she rings the doorbell and like she looks through the people and it's her brother.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And then she opens it and there's nobody there.
Right.
So she's got some tricks up her sleeve. That tricksy little bitch.
These Asian women. You know?
Very, very tricky.
Very tricky. They'd be like, oh, it's my brother. I should let him in. And it's her. You cheating on me? You got girls over here.
I do feel like it must be really hard for the both of them to see because like all her hair, the ring girl is just literally combed forward in front of her face.
Yeah.
Like she's trying to pretend she's Cousin It.
She's very metal. Very metal.
She is metal as fuck.
Yeah.
Baby metal.
Baby metal.
I want to see her windmill spin.
Oh,
with
yeah.
that shit.
She'd do a great one.
Yeah. We should just all go as the Grudge for Halloween. Just mini grudges.
I'd do it.
I think it'd be scary if we got enough of them.
Just get a white dress and a long wig, and we just walk around town and freak people out.
Yeah.
That'd be pretty dope, actually.
He's like, she's over there. Wait, no, she's over there. What's going on?
We could all
like
have
10 of us.
walkie-talkies so we could coordinate it.
Just have like 10 of us walking around, like different parts of town, just like showing up. People
Right.
freak
How
out.
come have they ever done a haunted house with just using like the Ring and the Grudge as the themes and at like Universal or anything?
I don't
'Cause
think
that's
so.
what I want to see.
I don't know.
If they did, it would have been in the early 2000s when these movies were like blowing up.
Right.
Because there was a time when this is like all you could get out
Right.
of horror was just.
That's true. I mean, whenever these movies came out, like it was like a rejuvenation for horror at the time. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like-
and like a bunch of Japanese horror movies like hit the scene. You had like Dark Water.
Shudder, right? Wasn't Shudder like the one with the Charlie from Mighty Ducks? And it was about like the photograph or something.
Oh yeah, wasn't there also like The Eye and
Oh yeah, with Jessica Alba.
yeah.
Yeah, it was all
What
kind
else was there? Wasn't Pulse?
Oh yeah,
Also
that's
like
the
a
cell phone.
Japanese-
That's a cell phone one.
Yeah.
When they talk shit about it in Forgetting Sarah Marshall. And they're like,
Oh.
and it has actually Kristen Bell in it. And
I
she's
love The Pulse.
And they were like, oh, a movie about the cell phone ghost. So they go, oh, like turn your phone off. Oh, look, I'm safe.
I love that movie though, like a lot.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, because also The Grudge, when it came out, it was like one of the highest grossing horror films
Right.
in like, I think it was the studio whatever studio put it out.
All they had to do was like spend like $10 on the Asian chick's makeup and then film the whole movie in that one house.
Yeah. Yeah, because they didn't even really use CGI. That was her most of the time, just because she
There's
was
only,
like a contortionist / ballerina or something.
There was like one scene where the hair's all over the room. I think that was like
yeah.
CGI. That's like pretty much it.
A lot of that stuff was like really practical too. The one I thought was really cool is when she's like crawling after the staircase scene, which is like everybody remembers.
Right.
And she's like crawling towards her, and then she opens the door, and her face is right there, and it comes down at her. She's like,
Yeah. Yeah. And it's like...
because she's like right in front
Dude,
of her, and then she opens the door, and she's right behind her.
I remember seeing The Grudge. I mean, both of those movies fucked me up, honestly. But I remember seeing The Grudge, and it was like right whenever I moved in to a place. I think I lived with my brother for a while, and then I moved into a new place where I had roommates moving in, but they weren't even moved in yet. So I was like the only one in the house, I think, that night. And we went and saw The Grudge, and I was like so creeped out because I kept seeing the fucking dead Grudge chick's face, like,
Yeah.
and I was like, fuck, every time I try to go to sleep. And like, the funny thing is, I was like, when I was watching it, I was like, I'm not going to have nightmares. Not going to have nightmares. And then what do you know? All night is like, all fucking night. Shit. Got things to do in the morning, Kayako.
Shit. The Ring doesn't really have much in the way of deaths. Like, 2 people die the whole movie.
Well, I think it's still, you could say, I think the best death in The Ring is like the boyfriend at the end. Yeah, you know what I mean?
Because that's like the big twist reveal when she comes. Like
when she helps. You helped her?
You helped her? Yeah, dude.
Why did you
that
help
was
her?
That was like The Sixth Sense.
What?
When he's like, I see dead people. He was like, you helped her? You're not supposed to help her.
Okay,
like,
right. Yeah.
That's what it reminded me of.
I remember
That kid is so fucking creepy too.
That's what I kept saying the whole
He's
time.
so
I was like, this
fucking
kid
weird.
is so haunted.
Yeah.
Look at his eyes.
Like, I don't know.
Where did they find this fucking kid?
I don't remember if he's been anything else, but
he's not
he
even a
was
real
just.
kid. He's just a ghost. They filmed the movie and they're like, "Where'd that kid go?" his gravestone's like out back at the movie studio. Wait a minute.
What kid? We didn't hire a kid.
Oh my god!
I thought you hired him. I didn't hire him. Yeah, he's actually creepier to me than Toshio in The Grudge. Because he's just like, with his holding his cat. Whatever he does. Yeah.
I just thought it was... I always remember thinking, man, The Grudge is such a messy ghost. It's just like trash all over the house.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I thought I had a ghost for a while. It turns out I had 2 shitty roommates named Ross and Lee. They just left all their stuff everywhere.
Fuck
Shout
Lee.
out. I was like, we've got hauntings. We've got ghosts.
No, you just have drunk roommates. There's pizza boxes.
These ghosts keep... It looks like they party all night. Leave bottles everywhere.
I'm having trouble sleeping. I'm hearing noises all night. I wake up and there's trash everywhere.
Calling a fucking priest. Mike, are you tired, dude?
Yep. I'm gonna fuck you later, but I'm tired.
Look, we can't continue paying you half of nothing to come over here and not say anything in the microphone, okay?
I'll just let you guys talk.
You need to earn your keep.
I am earning my keep, you bitch.
That's right. You need to fit some more words in there, okay? You're not getting no screen time.
Fuck.
We
Demonetized.
We want to pay you more of nothing rather than less.
Or I guess this has to have been monetized to start with for it to be demonetized.
Well, I don't know.
More subscribers.
We need more. We're desperate for subscribers. If you want us to watch a cursed video that you and your mom have hidden in your room, hit me up. Leave it in the comments. We want to watch that cursed video so we could get the Asian ladies. What's up? What's up, Kayako? You need to clear your throat, girl.
All right, and then best movie in the franchise.
I mean, we've kind of covered it, but like I said, I love them both, but The Grudge always.
Well, but I'm talking about in the separate franchises.
in the whole
yeah.
franchise. Well, Obviously, once we get to like Grudge 3, I didn't even see it because it's like low budget.
There's too
Yeah,
many.
you can't like. I know The Ring 2 got a lot of hate.
Yeah,
but I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it.
But I
too.
mean, the first one is the best by far, and I kind of feel like it's the same with The Grudge. Like the first one was the best, and like the second one's like I liked it.
Yeah, well, with the Ring 2, whenever like she's trying to possess the lady's kid, it's like I feel like the American public has a problem with like, so it's like whenever it's like scare, when you hardly see the bad guy and then it jumps out and scares you or like does its kill, it's scarier to the public than whenever it's just face to face with you having a standoff. And that's like what part 2 is about. It's like she has to live with the fact that he's starting to be haunted by Samara. And lots of people don't like that we're just like in the same room as the curse for like the whole movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
They would rather have the jump scares than the...
I see what you're saying, yeah. It's more of it's a slower type of horror film when it's
in a different vibe kind of too. You know what I mean? Like you can't hide anymore in this one. It's like you're just there with.
I'm kind of glad that we've gotten away from like jump scares though, because that was like a lot of the Ring was like a lot of jump scares when it's not even. It's like those fake jump scares where it's like. But it's like the boyfriend comes in the door or some stupid thing like that. It's not actually scary. It's just like a fake. It's like a false flag, like fake jump scare.
The phone rings. They're talking about like, she calls you and tells you 7 days, and they get a phone call, and they're like, and then she holds the phone out. And like, oh, hi, mom.
Yeah,
you know what
exactly,
I mean?
exactly. It's all, that's what I'm talking about.
Right.
Like they went heavy on those for like. I think all of the early 2000s, any horror movie that was made in that time, they just like
cat.
Let's throw these
just the fucking cat.
Let's throw these anything that could give you just like one little jump scare.
Yeah, they're like, I thought I was haunted for 7 years. It turns out it was just the cat every time. Fucking something's going down.
But the
cat.
But The Ring does redeem itself with like the ending, in my opinion.
Right.
It's so good.
How did the Grudge even end? Did they try to kick the spirit's ass or whatever?
No, she tries to set the house on fire, and then they immediately like put it out. Her boyfriend's dead.
Oh,
she survives, and they say they saved the house.
Oh yeah, she ends up in the mental hospital, and then she's looking at his body, and she's standing right behind her.
Right,
and then she turns around, and it's just her eye, and then the credits roll.
Roll credits, yeah.
Yeah,
and then I think The Ring ends.
She makes her son copy the
making
videotape.
a copy of the tape.
And he's like, Mom, what happens to the person we show this to? And then it's like, yeah.
Next time on The Ring.
Yeah, because they actually have a way to survive in The Ring. They don't have that in The Grudge. In The Grudge, it's just like everybody dies.
Right, that's true.
No matter what.
Well, if they would have
from what I've seen so far,
burned the house down, would that have worked though?
I don't know.
Maybe.
Because I know that was the cop's plan.
Right.
His plan was to burn the house down. Maybe, I guess if you get rid of the house, you get rid of the curse, but I don't know.
Because we'll never know.
I don't know. Until maybe 2020.
So let's talk about this. Did you guys see Rings?
No.
Like the newest
No, I heard it was hot trash. I was just like...
Okay, I will say this. That movie wasn't as bad as everyone said it was.
Okay.
Like to me. But the opening scene set the tone of garbage. You know what I mean? So it's like the rest of the movie was okay. But that opening scene really said, y'all are going to hate this movie.
Damn it, man.
Like
you're not going to enjoy watching
it. It was straight up like the opening scene is like they're on a fucking plane. And then like someone's like, have you ever watched the tape or whatever? And then like someone else is like, oh, I watched it. You know, the same kind of scenario. But then she like appears on apparently it's on the internet by that point, the video. And then whenever it finally comes to take them, it appears on every screen in the whole plane.
Yeah.
And then the plane like crashes. And it was just like, that's a little too much. You know what I mean? Like the opening scene, like it took down a whole fucking plane because the internet had the curse or some shit.
Yeah.
It's kind of like what
The
happens in
Pulse.
Pulse. Yeah, like
Yeah. So now
because eventually it just goes. It's like all electronics.
Right.
Like anything that puts out an electric signal, like phones, radios, fucking TVs, computers, everything.
Let's talk about this. Why we pent them up against each other. The similarities. I mean, I guess it's obvious.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Asian
very
horror.
yeah. They're both just based
The
off.
two most popular Japanese horror movies that
Right.
have come to the United States.
Yeah. And they're both based off the same
And there's
Folk-
literally a versus with both of them.
Japanese
Yeah,
folk
that
tale.
too.
Yeah. So there you go. I guess
Right.
that's-
So there's that.
It was a
There's
pretty
that.
easy matchup, but a hard one.
So
for me,
let's
kinda
so let's
hard
talk
one.
about this. Do you guys like Asian chicks?
Yeah. I mean,
What?
Like how much? How much do you guys like Asian chicks?
I mean, I don't know. What kind of fucking question is that?
I don't know. Just like if you had to.
I've
live,
never dated
if you
one.
Had to live with one of the curses. You know,
oh.
Oh, shit.
Well, I'm gonna go with Kayako because she's of age
oh,
in the
right.
American
Okay.
version.
All right, fair enough.
Sadako is a young girl in the American version, so I'm gonna go with the one that's of age.
All right, so you'd rather have the Grudge, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
She's got a little, you know, she's
If
got
we
some
were-
baggage,
Yeah,
but
If we
she
were
couldn't
just
crawl
gonna-
under my sheets at night. I'll tell you that.
If we were just going to go off of the fact that I'm going to die,
right.
and that alone, nothing to do with age or anything, I'm probably going to go with The Ring just because it's going to be a heart attack, more or less. Which I'm old, so I'm going to die that soon anyway.
Yeah.
So you'd be okay with like, you know, let's just say like your family reunion pictures where your face is all distorted because they're like, oh yeah, he's got that curse.
He's got that ring curse. Don't worry about it.
Oh, fucking Samara fucked up my wedding photos. This bitch.
God damn it, Samara.
God damn it, fucking. You're gonna have to give me
Her
another
hair
7
just
days.
parts on its own. She just frowns at you. And then it closes back like a curtain.
There should be a movie where someone gets married to the ring chick, right? And that's how they subdue the curse, right? It's like The Bachelor, right?
Dude,
They put-
there's this
They put the dudes.
in China. They do that. I think it's in China. They will like marry women to dead men, so that when they die, they have like a spouse in
Oh,
really?
Yep.
the afterlife or something.
It's
Like
facts.
Damn,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
It's some
Yep.
weird. It's something weird like that.
Isn't
Maybe
it?
if we get her a band, she'll stop being such a bitch and killing everyone.
Yeah. What ghost could we give? What man ghost could we give the Grudge to make her, you know, change her ways? The ghost of Cornwall Jackson, or
What about Slimer?
There we go, Slimer.
Yeah, that's a ghost. I don't even know if Slimer is a male or female. He's just kind of amorphous, but
This is an amorphous green blob.
Yeah.
I mean, we could get Candyman.
he does like to
go.
eat though.
We
Oh,
get Candyman to holler at her. I know like some Asian chicks that
Candy-
like dark
yeah.
dudes. You know
And
what I'm
he's
saying?
trying to find a bride.
Yeah.
I mean, he's into white. He's more into white girls, but
That's an even more
You never
interesting
know.
fight right there. You know, let's switch up some of these verses. So Candyman versus the Grudge.
is he a
Damn.
ghost though? Is he a ghost?
Yeah, Candyman is definitely a ghost.
Is he?
Yeah.
I
What
never
else
thought
would
of.
he
I never thought of him as a ghost. I thought he
Well, I
was like
mean,
a.
evil being. That's a
Yeah, I
ghost.
guess. Yeah, I guess you're right. He is. He is actually. Yeah, you're right. You're right. He is a vengeance ghost. He's
Right.
almost the same thing. Yeah,
Yeah.
because he got murdered. I get. Yeah, yeah. All right.
Be like-
you win. You win.
Holla. Hey, I like Asian chicks.
Konnichiwa, bitches.
Don't you be talking to me like that.
Bitch slaps her with his hook.
Oh my god.
Don't you be talking to me like that.
Clang.
You get in that haunted murder house and cook for me.
Oh my god. It's getting real misogynistic real fast.
I can't be a part of this conversation.
Yeah.
I'm married.
Yeah.
I love you, baby.
We're gonna be in trouble. People are gonna tweet about it.
Oh, at least they'll be tweeting about us. You know what I'm saying? Shit.
Any press is good press,
Yeah,
right?
there you
Right,
go.
right. Well, except for if
Might put us on the map.
I mean, everybody knows who Kevin Spacey is. Shit.
You ain't wrong there.
Shout out.
Yikes.
And on
Man,
that
this
note,
devolved real fast.
Cool,
You probably
cool.
cut it.
All right.
well, we don't have to use that, guys. You know.
I can edit it out.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Let's take that out. Fine. We'll take it out. You know. We won't let the world know how shitty we really are. Okay.
Fuck
Okay.
it.
Fuck it. Leave it in. So, anyways, everybody, if you enjoy our videos, hit the like button, subscribe, leave us a comment. Who do you think would win, The Grudge or The Ring? Which one? Which one's scarier to you? Anyways, y'all, it's been real. It's been fun. Hey, Mikey,
Don't fucking do it.
you don't like art, dude? You don't like art? Hey, your mom's pussy is the canvas. Your dad's dick is the brush. Your art, buddy. Your art. See you later, nerds.